How's it going, everyone? Famine52 back again, and in today's episode, we are continuing on with Final Fantasy XIII. Let's get going. Alright, so we're thrown right into a battle with some more of the Pantherions. These are enemies that we should at this point have absolutely no problem taking down. So just go ahead and blitz them into unbeing. And we got a chip fang for that, nice.
Glad that's over.
Man, I'm beat. What? No break?
They're tracking us.
I know that, but we aren't soldiers. We don't have your kind of stamina.
You got enough to complain.
Oh, that's... Forget it!
I think,
I'd stick with her if I were you.
later then.
Come on, let's get going.
Get going to where, exactly? The whole of Cocoon's against us. No matter how far we run, there's no escape. That Seath clock, it's still a ticking.
There's still time. You give up too easy, old man.
I'm not giving up. There's some things that you just can't change. A kid like you would not understand.
Yeah, I'm a kid. I don't understand.
Well, I guess we can be fugitives together. Oh. You ready?
Ready!
Hey.
Alright, so after the cutscenes, we gain a new trophy. And we are in control of Saz and
Shall
Vanille.
we then?
Before we go on, let's go ahead and head to our Crystarium, because we do have quite a bit of points, and we have unlocked a Crystarium expansion, as well as a whole new Crystarium job type for Saz, called the Synergist. Now, looking through the Synergist, you see that we have Faith, Bravery, and Vigilance. These are going to be some buffing stats that we have access to. Stats probably isn't the right word, but buffing abilities that we have access to. And as you can see, we just got all of them right there, and we're almost maxed out on the Synergist. We just need 115 more CP to max out Synergist for Saz. So very nice, very nice. Some of you following along might already have done that, depending on how much you grinded at the end of the last episode. And we have Ravager, Saboteur, and Medic for Vanille. Saboteur being the new one. Let's go ahead and take a look. We have D-Shell, D-Protect, and that's it for her. But yeah, if you don't know what D-Shell and D-Protect are, basically D-Shell is going to make it so enemies take more damage from magic, and D-Protect is going to make them receive more damage from physical attacks. So let's go ahead and see if we can't max out Saboteur for Vanille, which we are unable to, unfortunately. But we were able to get relatively close, and because we have a party switch up, that also means that we have some new, whatever they're called, paradigms that we could set up. So first we have Ravager, that seems pretty good to me. Then we have Synergist Saboteur, that seems pretty good as well, and Ravager and Medic, very well. Next up, I also want to set up a Synergist and a Medic, as well as we'll do another double Ravager. And let's go ahead and do a let's go ahead and do another Ravager and another Medic. Yeah, that should be good right there. Now, for those of you that are a little astute, you will realize that we do not currently have access to a commando. So some of you might be thinking that we are not going to be able to stabilize stagger gauges. That is not the case. In fact, Saboteur has the same effect on it as Commando does. Whenever you hit an enemy with an ability from the Saboteur role, you do stabilize the stagger gauge.
End of the road.
But at least it's not the end of the line.
Coming.
Whoa, they didn't disappoint this year.
You look dreamy, Farron. Wishing on fireworks, were you? And you call yourself a soldier? Ah.
Sorry, Lieutenant. But I really don't think guard duty is my calling, sir.
Well, lucky for you, your shift just ended. Pack it up and go home.
But, sir...
SciComm found something in the vestige nearby. They don't want the Guardian Corps here stepping on their toes. I'm sure you heard about the accident at the Uriday Gorge energy plant, and how it has the SciComm lads in a tizzy.
Yeah. More incident than accident. Something pulse-related.
You're taking tomorrow off?
Sir, for my birthday, sir. My sister, she insisted on it.
21, huh? Maybe it's a good time to send off that letter of recommendation for officer training.
Lieutenant.
You're past due for a promotion, Farron. Think of your sister and your future, and keep your nose out of trouble.
Out of SciComm business, you mean?
Yeah. Nothing good'll come of it. Nothing but grief. Whoa, look at that one! Whoa, whoa, ho!
How right you were, Lieutenant. Just you?
For now, I guess. Should we wait?
They'll catch up, eventually.
Alright, so I forgot that we very quickly transferred to Lightning and Hope. So apparently we did not need to set up those paradigm rolls. That is perfectly fine. That's basically giving us a tutorial on Synergist. Let's go ahead and expand Lightning and Hope's Crystarium. Let's see, we have Commando and Ravager. I still plan on using Commando more than I do plan on using Ravager. So let's go ahead and get a few of these. Okay. And then for Hope, because it is new, let's go ahead and... I guess it's not new. Anyway. Hope being a synergist is going to be very effective, so let's go ahead and max that out if we can, which we got really close. We need 90 more CP to do so. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on. We got a save point up here with a treasure chest behind the rubble. But before we can get it, we have some different looking panther-like enemies to take care of. This is called a Thexterin? I'm sure that means something in Greek, but I have no idea what it would mean. And I suppose we should also work on some paradigms before moving much further. Well, let's go ahead and grab the treasure chest after this and take a look at what paradigms we have. Paradigms. Now we have Commando Ravager, Commando Synergist, Commando Medic, Ravager. And what do we have for you? Alright, let's go ahead and do Ravager Medic. And then let's do a Ravager Synergist as well. Just round everything out. Very well, very well. And let's go ahead and get that treasure chest, which contains a Libroscope. Very nice. Jump back over the debris. We have a save point right there if we wanted to save. And unable to get the preemptive strike, but we'd have the Panthers and the upgraded Panther enemy. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name anymore. Let's go ahead and switch to the Commando Synergist role. See what sort of things Hope is able to do for us. So we have Protect on right now, giving us protection from physical attacks, and now we have protection from magical attacks on both characters. And I believe that's actually all Hope has. So at this point, we could heal up if we wanted. I don't know why I actually with this one we don't need to heal. But let's go to our dual caster. Just take care of this guy. We know that he has a weakness to ice and lightning, which I believe we can very easily exploit. Yeah, I only got 3 stars there, but I was attempting to learn some things and show some things. And we also got something new there. We got something called an Aegisol, which very much like the Fortisol that casts Bravery, Faith, and Haste at the start of every battle. The Aegisol casts Protect, Shell, Vile, Vigilance at the start of battle. So it is going to be more the protection magic, whereas this is more the offensive magic. So very well, very well. And moving on up, we are going to have to jump to this weird thing over here.
This stuff is what was left over from the scrap that Thou C took from Pulse to repair Cocoon.
And jumping on across, we have another group of enemies up here, which is going to be the Watch Drones. These are the same Watch Drones that we've been fighting all along, so nothing too abnormal at this point. Though, if we wanted to, we could in theory, switch over to our Commando and Synergist, our Super Soldier, protect us from some of the stuff that these guys can do to us, just in case something weird happens. Like that. Oh no. And Hope went down. That is no bueno. Let's see if Lightning can take care of these guys before she goes down as well. Alright, let's go ahead and go to one of our Ravengers, because it doesn't matter what the secondary one is at this point. Let's see, 311 hit points, he's doing 13 damage. This should not be an issue. Got him staggered. And this should kill him. There we go. And we somehow still managed to get 5 stars. And a paraffin oil. Very well, very well. Alright, moving on up the path, we can see that we have some more enemies up front. And these are going to be the Watch Drones and the upgraded Wolf. Let's go ahead and start out with Super Soldier this time. Give us that protection from the very beginning. And we know that Hope only has 2 types of protection magic they can put on us. Shell and protection. So once he puts Shell on himself, let's go ahead and switch on back to Flash and Burn, which is our Commando Ravager class. There we go. Got him down. Let's go to Dual Caster to try to take down the Watch Drones a little bit faster. Very nice. And War and Peace. See if we can't heal him up before he goes down this time.
Stay sharp.
I don't know why I went to that one. I wanted to go to that one. Our Dual Caster. Yeah, so now that we have our paradigms and access to a few different classes, being able to switch between our various paradigms and knowing what each role does is going to be getting more and more important. Alright, so this guy up here is a Pulse Work Soldier. They are very strong enemies that have a lot of health and can be difficult to take down. The best strategy for fighting these guys is to attempt to get a preemptive strike, which we were not able to. That is unfortunate. So let's go ahead and Libra this guy, just so we know what we are fighting. We know that he is weak to lightning and takes half damage from everything else. But because I also know that he hits real hard, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we get protection on both Lightning and Hope. And he's not really a caster, so I'm not too worried about that. Go ahead and slash and burn him for a round before going down to Dual Caster. And we should be able to stagger him real nicely here coming up pretty soon. And once the Pulsework Soldier gets staggered, you can see that he becomes completely immobile. He actually expands out into a weird little facsimile of himself. And he cannot attack right now, he cannot move. And because he is staggered, he is taking a lot more damage than he normally would be. Which is why it is very nice to be able to get a preemptive strike on them. Because if you're able to preemptive strike them, you can stagger them right off the bat, and you don't really need to worry about them at all in combat. Anyway, jumping on down here. Before we go up, I've already messed it up. I wanted to double check that there weren't any, what's it called? Any treasure chests up there. I'm pretty sure there wasn't. I'm like 99% sure there wasn't any treasure chests up there. But just be aware for yourself before you jump down. You might want to double check. And let's go ahead and see this cutscene.
Can we get through this way, you think? You know where you're going, right?
I've been here on missions before.
Missions. Nothing to do with the Purge, though.
The Purge is SciComm's baby. Our military is split into two arms. The Public Security and Intelligence Command, known as SciComm, and the Guardian Corps. I was Guardian Corps, Bodum Security Regiment.
Wait, but I don't get it. If you're not SciComm, then why did you board the train?
For Sarah.
Join the end of the line! Attention Purge deportees. Follow instructions and stay in your lines. Personal belongings will be returned upon arrival. Halt! Do not leave your lines! This is for your own safety! Huh? What's the GC doing here? This op's under SciComm direction.
So direct me. Let me on. I want to be purged.
Only Siths get purged. Sanctum staff and soldiers are exempt. Huh?
Then I quit.
Line up!
Excuse me. Hey, lady. What gives?
I volunteered.
Really? You don't look ready to go quiet into that good night.
You want quiet? You better take the next train.
Well, now I really want to see what you're up to.
I had to rescue Sarah before they transported the vestige to Pulse, and out of my reach. My only chance to save her was to join the Purge.
You're telling me you got on that train so you could save your sister? That's crazy. I could never do something like that.
It's not a question of can or can't. There are some things in life you just do.
Easy for someone like you to say. Lightning! She left me.
One, two, three. We go.
What are you up to? Hey! Wait up! Can't keep up with this girl.
Alright, so after the series of cutscenes, we are back in control of Saz and Vanille. And just to show you guys, even though those battles that we were just doing, we were not in control of this party, they did in fact still gain the CP that the other party gained. So let's go ahead and max out our Synergist and Saboteur rolls, just because we have the extra CP to do so. And I believe we're going to need to redo... No, we do not need to redo our paradigms. Very nice. Alright.
You get
So
tired?
moving on, we have another save point right here if you want to partake in that. And we also got a little tutorial for three-way battles. Such as what we can see up front. Every once in a while, doing this game, you'll find there are enemies that are fighting amongst themselves, which gives us a greater opportunity to get a preemptive strike, and the enemies that we fight will also be at less health than they would normally be, all of which is great, and we can take advantage of in a multitude of different ways. Let's go ahead and get this fight going.
Time to get serious.
And first and foremost, we're going to put that pulse work soldier straight into a into whatever state this is, stagger state. And then we are going to go to Tide Turner real quick, and we are going to basically buff up the party and debuff the enemy, all while that pulse work soldier is getting taken care of by those guys over there. And now that they are starting to fight us, let's go ahead and switch back to our dual caster and take these guys down to the best of our abilities. And Vanille should have gotten a at least one buff off on most of them. Looks like one did not get the Saboteur knocked into it, but that's perfectly fine. And we got a digital circuit and some paraffin oil. Very nice. Next up, we got to interact with this weird thing here in the middle.
Never seen a rig like this before. Here we go. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa! I knew that would happen.
Saz, for some reason, I don't think you did. I think that was a surprise to you, sir. But anyway, here we got another double battle. So let's go ahead and take advantage of this one as well. And get that soldier staggered. And then
You got
Tide
this,
Turner.
Vanille.
In theory, we don't need to go into Tide Turner. We could also be going into our other synergist or saboteur role, which I apparently did not set up. So ignore me. If we had a Ravager saboteur role, which I believe is actually called Smart Bomb, which is what I normally have set up by now, we would have been able to continuously damage the pulse work soldier as Vanille was debuffing him, but apparently we did not do that. I will go ahead and take care of that after this battle, but we do see that Vanille was able to debuff everybody out here, so should be going pretty quickly on through here. This should be the end of him. There we go. So let's go ahead and change one of our paradigms. Let's go ahead and change the yin and yang, the second yin and yang that we have to Saboteur, which is Undermine. Ravager Saboteur. If I had that set up before that battle, we probably could have gotten a 5-star, but that's no big deal. Here we have another two-way battle, or I guess three-way battle, with a treasure chest. So let's go ahead and interrupt these guys. And right off the back, let's go ahead and stagger the soldier. And we'll switch to Undermine. because I don't think that we are going to need to get ourselves overly buffed for this battle, especially with debuffing the enemy as much as we are going to be doing. And we should be able to get going here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and head up to Yin and Yang. Get ourselves healed up before we get too overwhelmed. Go ahead and go to Ty Turner just for a round or two so that we could get some vigilance and faith on us. Oh no, Vanille. We might actually lose this battle, guys. Because I am not going to be able to do this fast enough. Nope.
Ducks finally run out.
Alright, so that's no big deal. If and when we do lose battles, as you can see, we do get put right before them. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm not going to go to Undermine. Instead, I'm going to set Ty Turner as our beginning paradigm. And that is going to basically make it so when we start the battle, we are going to be in the Ty Turner paradigm, which will allow us to be a saboteur and a synergist without needing to change anything up. And hopefully Vanille will hit the Pulsework Soldier, causing it to get staggered pretty quickly. Which it might not happen, and if it doesn't, that is no big deal, because it is still taking damage from all of the other enemies out there. And we are buffing ourselves while simultaneously being ignored. And now let's go ahead and go to a Dual Caster. Set up our initial target of the Pulsework Soldier. And then back to Ty Turner so that she, so that Vanille knows to target him first. Which hopefully she just did. And we are not fast enough. That is vaguely annoying. But we should be able to take these guys down pretty fast, even without staggering the soldier. Yeah. So let's go ahead and go to... I suppose I could have gone to Undermine to get that guy staggered. I don't want to die. Yin Yang.
Thanks, Vanille. Did you see that coming?
Ow. I'm going to go ahead and throw a Phoenix down. And here's hoping Vanille can... Nope.
Ducks.
Alright. So instead of starting with Ty Turner, let's go ahead and start with Undermine. And see how that helps us. A grenade would be amazing right now. But anyway, we're going to start with that Pulsework Soldier. And we're going to take him down. Actually, let's go ahead and switch to someone else real quick. Let's go ahead and switch to one of the watch drones. That Pulsework Soldier is pretty much locked down, and the other enemies might be able to take him down before we need to switch back to him. But we can also take down a few of these guys while we are waiting for that to happen. And it looks like we only got one taken down, but that is no big deal. Let's go ahead and go to Yin and Yang. Because I don't want to die again.
Did you see that coming?
Vanille is almost down. Can we... We're not going to be able to kill this guy before he gets his attack off. but with only one of them attacking, it is not nearly as bad as it was before. Let's go ahead and go back to Undermine to stabilize Stagger Gauge. And one more attack should actually take that guy down. And then we're going to attack over here. And Vanille is no longer attacking, so let's go ahead and go to Yin and Yang, get everyone healed up. Come on, Vanille. Heal yourself. Darn you. Let's go ahead and throw a Phoenix down. And I think we actually just avoided an attack. Alright, now Dual Caster. And the Thexterans should go down pretty fast. I want to get this off. Oh, darn it. I almost had that guy staggered. Alright, but anyway, as you could see, moving forward from this point on, some of these battles are going to be a lot more difficult. We got a black belt right there, which I don't really think anybody in our current party could actually take full advantage of. It increases our physical resistance. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just leave that to the side for now and move on forward. And we should have another thing up here that we can interact with.
This should do it. Huh? Piece of cake.
Yeah, piece of cake, buddy. But anyway, we have another three-way battle up here, this time with 2 Pulsework soldiers.
Let's get this over with.
Alright, and we are going to stagger both of the Pulseworks before doing anything else. Hopefully we can get both of them staggered. Yes, we can. Alright, and then now let's go ahead and work on the Thextrans. Actually, let's go ahead and go back to Dual Caster and work on one of the Pulse Works. Because in theory, the wolves should not be too big of a deal. I am going to go back to Undermine just to keep the stagger stuff up and debuffing the enemy as much as we can. Once it looks like Vanille is no longer casting any sort of debuffs, I will switch to our Dual Caster, which it looks like is right now.
Did you see that coming?
And yeah, from here it's just a lot of hitting the A button and selecting who you want to attack. And hoping that, you know, let's go ahead and start attacking the wolves.
Atta girl.
Yeah, now that we got one-on-one, that wolf should go down pretty fast, and then we'll have the Pulsework Soldier, which might be able to get a debuff on her. Nope, not right away, so it's going to be kind of difficult to stagger this guy. But that is perfectly fine. He should be a low enough health that it shouldn't matter. Another thing that I could have done would have been go to a synergist role and buff up our synergies, but I don't think that was necessary for this. And there we go.
Wisdom does come with age.
Alright. And now moving on forward, we got Hope.
We made it!
Where's Grumpy? Got left behind, huh?
Leave me alone.
Hey!
This is pointless. Can't keep up. Can't get home. It's over for me.
It's not over. We'll get you home.
I don't have one. Now that Mom is...
What about your dad?
Not making a wish, Hope?
Mom, you still believe in that kind of stuff? Wishing on fireworks? Really? That's for little kids.
Who are you calling kid?
You? What'd you wish for?
Oh, that next year, your father could come with us.
Why? It's better like this. We don't need him. That night, they found the foul sea in the Bodum vestige. The next day, soldiers sealed off the town, and we couldn't get back to Palom Polum. They forced us onto the train with everyone else. My mom, she was frantic. She wanted to get us home, so she tried to fight. She got tricked by Snow. He used her!
Let's get you home, okay? Your dad's gotta be worried.
Let him worry. Why should I care? He doesn't.
Any father cares.
Sass?
It's nothing. Forget it.
Come with me, okay?
This ought to do it. We've got time. We'll get you back home. Your dad'll be happy to see you.
Alright, so after the cutscene, we now have Hope in our party. And everybody could probably benefit from a little bit of Crystarium, so let's go ahead and bring them along. With us doing this often, we're not really going to be able to move all that far at any particular point in time, but it's better than nothing. Synergist, yep, Synergist is maxed out, and let's go ahead and do Ravager for Hope for now. Though it is worth noting that Hope is a pretty competent medic. He is pretty good at his job. He just doesn't get any new abilities this time around. So we will be saving medic for last. And let's go ahead and set up our paradigms. Can I just delete a paradigm, please? I remember there being a way to change a paradigm, but for some reason I can't do it right now. Anyway, so first up we have our Tri-Disaster, which is going to be Ravager, Ravager, Ravager. Next, let's go ahead and do Synergist, Saboteur, Synergist for our superiority. And then we have Ravager, Medic, Ravager set up right here. That should be pretty good. Ravager, Saboteur, Medic, that's also pretty good. Let's do Synergist, Medic, Ravager, just to have it. And then lastly, Ravager, Medic, and Medic. Just for those hairy situations where we need to get healed up fast. Alright, anyway, moving on.
That was great!
We have our little leaping point right here. So let's go ahead and see if we can't catch up to lightning. And now that we have hope in the party, battle should be going a little bit faster, if only because we have a third member in our party. And
Can't we just talk this over?
we are in our all Ravager state right now, which is not what I want to be for this. Let's go ahead and do our synergist, our superiority, the synergist saboteur synergist. Let's get us buffed up to the maximum of our capability. It is fun right now because both Saz and Hope, even though they both have the synergist role, they do different things with it. So their available spells do not overlap much, if at all, throughout the game. And so it makes both of them viable in combat synergists at the same time. Just thought I would point that out, and we were able to take care of that guy pretty quickly. Moving on forward, we have a save point if you want to partake. But moving on, we get introduced to a new oh no, not yet. We don't have the new form of enemy just yet. We do have another one of these guys though, so superiority it is. We are going to de-protect, and even if they don't stick, it is perfectly fine. Really all we are trying to do is get that that stagger gauge stabilized so that we can stagger him, and then after that he should go down pretty quickly, even if we are not particularly buffed up ourselves. Alright, and leap on up over the rock, and here's our new enemy type. These weird little bird-type creatures are known as incubuses, and they are quick little buggers that, much like the watch drones, can attack relatively quickly, as you can see right there. But they don't have that much health, so we should be fine. Although I can see that Vanille is having some difficulties. So let's go ahead and go to our perpetual magic. Make sure she gets healed up real fast. And then try disaster to take out the incubus. He wasn't taking all that much damage from whatever we were just doing to him. But that's fine. He should go down after this round of combat.
Wisdom does come with age.
And we get shattered bones from them. I believe their rare drop is an item known as a pristine bone. Not that that matters, it's just something that was in my brain.
A warship from Post.
You mean they made it this far?
Of course not. Not during the war, not since. They might have tried, but none of their forces made it into Cocoon. They only damaged the outer rim. Then the Sanctum's Fal'Cie pushed them back. What'd you, sleep through history?
More or less. So, what's a ship from Post doing here?
Once the war was over, people couldn't live near the rim anymore, in places like the Hanging Edge. So the Fal'Cie, they gathered up scrap from Pulse and used it for rebuilding here. This is what was left. A bunch of garbage.
Who'd have thunk? A Pulse Fal'Cie and who knows what mixed in with all the trash.
Who'd have thunk?
Who'd have thunk it? Anyway, moving on.
I'm gonna go peek ahead.
You know what, Vanille? You could try, but I'm not gonna let you.
Not wandering off and stay where I can keep my eye on.
Anyway, we have more of the Incubus enemies up here. I believe this is just gonna be a one-on-one fight. Oh no, it's 2-on-3. You know what? Let's go ahead and do set superiority real quick, just to see how well that works against them. Ow.
Thanks.
And let's go back to try disaster before. Nope, I wasn't able to make it this time. Ow. Heal yourself up, Hope.
Change in the play.
And now that Hope is healed up, let's go ahead and take down the one Incubus. And let's go to superiority. Try to debuff this guy. And back to try disaster so that we can hopefully hit him before he stabilizes. Was that switch totally necessary? Probably not. It made me feel better though. Anyway, moving around in here. I don't think we have a chest, but never hurts to double check. We do not. So let's go ahead and jump up over the rubble. And we got another pulse work soldier right in here. Which it is interesting to note, if you are fast enough on those pulse works, you can actually from time to time get them in a preemptive strike before they fully deploy. Doesn't always work out that way, but it is something to be aware of. But anyway, we are about to stagger him anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. And while we're dealing with that, I'm going to do Ravager Saboteur Medic to continuously do some damage as well as cause some debuffs and heal up. And one more attack should do it.
That's you. Done.
And beautiful. Got that attack off before he was able to get rid of his stagger gauge. So now we should be able to stagger the Incubus. Very nice.
Yes!
Nothing really happens when you stagger the Incubus. It's just fun to do so. And if you're able to stagger enemies, might as well. Anyway, continue on up the ledges.
Need to check things out.
We have another pulse work soldier right here. Let's go ahead and back up a little bit. See if we can't get out of his combat range so that he'll turn around. There we go. Can we get that preemptive? Yes, we can. I think this is actually the first preemptive we've gotten on a pulse work that wasn't in a multi-battle. And we also got a preemptive on an Incubus, but I'm not really worrying about that right now. I want to take out the pulse work soldier before he's able to do any sort of work on us. Which in theory should be able to happen. Yep, there we go. So let's go ahead and go to superiority. Get some buffs on us, as well as stabilize his stagger gauge. Back to try disaster. And take him out. There we go. Sturdy bone, not a pristine bone. Again, not that it matters. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump up here like we're heading to the save point, because we do have a couple of treasure chests up this way. First is a Phoenix down, and the second is a metal armband. And you know what? I think I might have missed something before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I missed something before. because I think we should have a secondary weapon for Hope by this time. So I'm going to go ahead and backtrack a little bit, see if there isn't a chest that I missed somewhere along the way, which would be obnoxious. But if I did, I'll let you know where it was, and if I didn't, we will be right back. Alright guys, so I'm not 100% sure how I missed it, but here we are back after climbing the wall right after we encountered Hope, and we have a treasure chest right there. It's not hidden, it is very easy to see. I have no idea how I missed it, but I did. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this new boomerang does. It decreases his strength from 59 right now down to 53. And it gets rid of his critical shield ability that synergizes off of the Iron Bangle. I'm pretty sure that's what it's... Oh no, I guess it's not. But yeah, so for right now, that weapon is not really the best thing in the world for Hope, but that does not mean that later in the game it is going to be bad, because later in the game we have the ability to level up our equipment and change them into different forms, so that might later become an actually pretty good weapon for Hope. But anyway, I will go ahead and meet you back at the save point where I realized that I had missed that. Alright guys, so here we are back at that save point, so let's go ahead and continue on. And before we move forward, because I did backtrack, I do have a few Crystarium points, so let's go ahead and dump those in real quick. Ooh, Overwhelm, what is that? Bonus chain... or boost chain bonus effect of attacks for each ally targeting the same enemy. Very well. And we almost got that strength plus 4, and we're almost maxed out on Ravager, which means we're almost done with Saz. Moving on to Vanille. No, not Medic. Let's go ahead and continue Ravager for her. Finish that up. And then move on down to Medic. And we are very close to finishing up Medic, which means we're almost done with Vanille. And then Ravager for Mr. Hope here, before moving on down to his Medic role. Really, we are 1 point away from unlocking his HP plus 10 right there. That is slightly obnoxious. But moving forward, as you can see, we do have a different enemy type up there. That, I believe, is called an Incubus. She is able to call allies to her, if I remember correctly. So this might be an interesting fight. Let's go ahead and start off this fight in our variety paradigm. Just so we can make sure to... hey, we got a preemptive. I was not expecting to get a preemptive. No, she cannot call enemies. She buffs her friends. That's what it is. Can we get this off? Nope. Let's go ahead and take down the Incubus or the Succubus first, which is actually who I meant to target first. I just was so thrown off by her special little dance that she was doing that I forgot what I wanted to do. Alright, now with her down, let's go ahead and see if we can't get this D-Protect off of us, as well as build up our own stats a little bit. And try Disaster. Should be good to go now. Got that one down. And this one should be going down pretty fast as well. That should do it. There we go. Yeah, so when the Succubus is in a battle with the Incubi, We wanted to make sure to take down the succubus first, just because she can debuff our party, and I believe if she's alive long enough, she could also buff hers, which can be annoying, and something that we don't really want to happen. And we got another preemptive right here. So I'm actually going to ignore the pulse work for a second, and just attack the succubus. And this should take her down. And let's go ahead and focus now on the pulse work soldier, who should already be stabilized, even if just a little bit. Which it looks like Vanille got kind of mollywopped right there, so it threw her off. So let's go ahead and switch over to try disaster right now. See if we can't get this guy staggered before too much more difficulty happens to us. And Vanille might be about to go down, so we're going to go back to our variety pack. Heal her up a little bit, now try disaster. And we should be able to take down the soldier before moving on to the incubus. Go ahead and do superiority. Get a few buffs up on us while Vanille puts another debuff on the incubus, and this guy should be no problem now. There we go. Alright. And moving on forward, we have another debris pile to jump on over.
Hope snow's alright.
And it looks like we have 2 pulse work soldiers to be fighting at this point. So let's go ahead and focus down on one real quick. See if we can't get him going, which it looks like we did. So before that stagger gauge goes away. Yeah, honestly, at this point, in my opinion, these are actually some of the hardest battles for the early game. The battles against the 2 pulse work soldier enemies. Just because while you're working down one, the second one hits really hard. Like, as an example, I don't know if anybody saw that, but that one attack just did 74 damage to Saz. Which is not good. If you have both of them working on one of your party members at a time, then it could very easily take out your entire party before you really even know what's going on. But now that we have this guy staggered, this battle's already over.
Well, that wasn't scary at all.
Alright. And we got nothing up in here. So let's go ahead and move forward. Got another save point here, and it looks like a cutscene up here. So let's go ahead and trigger that.
Hey, welcome to the party.
You miss us?
Would it kill her to smile?
Yes.
Time to move.
Alright, so now we have Lightning back in our party, and Lightning has almost 1,000 CP to spend, so let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. Where is Commando full? Commando is not full, so let's go ahead and fill that out. Bring her to 580 hit points. That is not what I meant to do. But while I'm here, might as well finish off Ravager for Saz. Move on down to Ravager for Lightning. And so close. So close to finishing out Ravager. Let's finish off medic for Vanille. We are again 1 point away from finishing up medic for Vanille. Whatever. Whatever. Alright. And because we got a party change, that means we also got a paradigm change. So we got Ravager, Commando Ravager, very nice. Synergist Commando Saboteur, very nice. Ravager Commando Medic, also nice. Ravager Saboteur, that will work. Now let's go ahead and do a Synergist Ravager Saboteur and a Ravager Medic. Yeah, that should work pretty fine.
Okay.
Moving on, we have 2 more pulse work enemies up here. And I love how lightning is just like leaving us in the dust as we move on. But for some reason, when we get into battle, it comes back for us. But now that we have lightning back in the party, we don't need to worry so much about going into Saboteur. Now, don't get me wrong, going into Saboteur will still help you because it's always beneficial to debuff an enemy. But I don't have time disaster, do I? I don't. Interesting. But debuffing an enemy will always be beneficial, but we do not need to go into Saboteurs just to stabilize the stagger range, which is going to be very helpful for us. I need a medic, so let's go ahead and switch here to diversity. Got him staggered, so back to relentless assault. And he should be going down here pretty fast. There we go. And so the reason why I keep on like running into these doorways right here, by the way, is I forget exactly where it is, but there is a treasure orb chest thing that is hiding in one of those a little bit later, and I don't remember which one it is, and I really would rather not miss that treasure orb because I didn't try to get into it. So that's why you see me keep running into those. How did you jump on me, but I somehow managed to get a preemptive strike on you? That makes very little sense, game, but I'll take it. Anyway, that battle went through real fast. And we got no treasure chest around there, so moving on forward. Can I get a preemptive on you? I cannot. Do we have a succubus? We do. Take down the succubus first. And then now we can work on the incubad. It's amazing how much faster things go when you have lightning in your party. You know, this reminds me, I really need to throw succubuses and incubi up against my D&D party. I feel like it would freak them out. And we got another Agisol right there. Anyway, let's go ahead and activate this weird machine thing.
Cool. Nothing to it.
And moving on up here. we have another incubus with the succubus up top. Ooh, we got 2 succubuses. 2 succubi? I feel like it should be succubi, but that for some reason sounds worse than succubuses. I don't know. Anyway, they're gone. Let's go ahead and see if we can't take down the incubus before he causes too much havoc. Oh, very well, very well. Not that one. There it is. That's what I was looking for this whole time. And it contains a libroscope. And we're gonna get ambushed. Very well. I don't know how that guy missed.
Let's put these babies to work.
But yeah, we just got the 2 incubi here, so these guys will go down pretty fast. And we should be able to max out our Crystarium after this battle. And be gone. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can't max out our Crystarium. Which I think... yeah, Saz is already maxed out. Now, Lightning is maxed. We are maxed out on Ravager, Saboteur, and now Medic for Vanille. And Ravager, Synergist, and now Medic for Hope. So we are all maxed out. So everything we do from now on is just CP gainage for when it expands again. And we got a succubus. And
we just
2
talk
of the
this
pulse work
over?
guys. Let's go ahead and take out the succubus first. And then work on the pulse works. Ow. And you know what? For this one, I will go ahead and go into Bully. Actually, I think Bully was probably the wrong choice right there. Let's go to Thaumaturgy.
I owe ya.
Allow us to stagger that guy while having Vanille keep us healthy. It is going to be a slightly slower way to play, but it's safer. And Synergist not... oh, I guess Synergist Ravager Saboteur will do exactly what I want to do as well. Alright. And let's go into this. Get this guy staggered and get him out of here. Alright, now continuing on through the wastelands. What's this place actually called? Map. The Vile Peaks. Very well.
Hurry up.
Anywho, I feel like there should be something in this weird little corner right here, but there's not. Anyway, guys, up ahead we do have a boss battle. But before we go to that, we're going to save our game and end this episode here. So if you want to watch that boss battle, please come back next time as we continue on with Final Fantasy XIII. But until then, this is Famine52 signing out, and peace out.